Guess who's back? Back again. Don't remember the rest of the words for that song. It's Eminem though, isn't it? Is it Eminem?
What?
Guess who's back? Back again.
I think so.
I've got a massive crush on Eminem.
Don't put that in the video. You'll get so much hate.
Really?
I think. From my generation don't like Eminem for some reason.
Well, I grew up with M&Ms. They're really nice. They're not vegan though, so I can't eat them anymore. Anyway, we are back with another great video just for you guys. This is Lucifer. Lucifer, Lucifer, Lucifer. Should I edit that bit out? Anyway, but what's this video?
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons of being a furry. Let's get into it.
I could have done that.
You do it.
Sorry.
Okay. Right, give me... we are really situated weird here.
Why?
I don't know. Does this look good or...
Go inwards so that that's how you choreograph.
Okay. Give me 5 cons of being a furry, real quick.
5 cons. The fandom is filled with drama. You get abused by other people, like outsiders of the fandom. It's expensive. The fursuits, especially, really expensive. Even the artwork. 5. That was 3. That was 3. That was 3.
That was 3. Okay. 2 more.
Oh gosh, I can't think.
The representation in mainstream media.
Oh yeah, representation in mainstream media. What she said, yeah, totally.
And,
I came up with that.
People think that it's fetish.
Yeah.
Okay, let's elaborate on each. So,
okay.
Well, number 1 and number 2, abuse online and abuse in person.
No, you've just read yours. I said number 1 was drama.
Drama.
That's a big. I know you didn't add that to your list.
Tell us. Well, it kind of is. Abuse is drama.
No. Right. So, number 1. I will elaborate. Number 1, the fandom is filled with so much drama. Why? Because people suck.
And smell.
Okay. So the fandom's filled with tons of drama. It ranges from so many reasons why. It can be like a customer didn't get like the order they wanted or something, so they put out a beware. Both of us are fursuit makers, and we both had our quarrels with customers, and for insane reasons. You wouldn't believe some of the reasons. Maybe we'll do a video in the future talking about bad customer experiences that we've both had, because they're really interesting as well as dumb. But the other kind of drama you'll often get is popufurs, so popular furries. Will cause drama. They'll either be outed as a racist or a homophobe or a pedophile, or a zoophile even. A zoophile is someone who
wears mersuits.
No. Oh my god, that's a different subject. A zoophile is someone who is sexually attracted to animals, and that's a big no-no in the fandom. But yeah, there's tons of drama. Essentially, people will be people, no matter their fandom, their hobbies, anything. It just, people will be people.
And what was number 2?
Number 2 was abuse. So discrimination in and out of the furry fandom. mostly outside of the fandom. Mostly outside of the fandom, a lot of people have been misinformed as to what the furry fandom is, and they think it's something completely different to what it actually is.
And if you want to know what it actually is, we did a video on that.
Yeah.
I'll link it here. Is it here?
I think so.
Is it here?
I'll
link it down
it'll
there.
be
as well.
somewhere.
It's somewhere.
It's somewhere.
You'll find it.
You find it.
Just look for it.
Yeah. Little treasure hunt for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, the
What were you saying?
So we're talking about discrimination.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've had a lot of experiences where people have found out that I'm a furry and they've started treating me differently, purely based on the fact that I'm a furry. I've had a lot of strange experiences. One of my friends a long time ago found out that I was a furry, and ever since then they started treating me like a dog. Like they would whistle,
Pat you on the head.
They'd pat me on my head, out of suit. They'd whistle to me instead of saying my name, and when they did say my name, they'd say it in the same way you would call a dog. Just really belittling, degrading mannerisms.
I think you've been blocked as well.
Not because of being a furry.
Oh, right.
Just because I exist.
Yeah.
Another experience I had was when I was a kid as a furry. One of my friend's parents treated me as though I was grooming her child. We were the same age.
Yeah, you're in the same.
We were the same age. I was not encouraging him to do anything. He was really interested in the furry fandom, and I'd draw things for him. I made him his own little character, just purely out of fun. I was not trying to encourage anything. I was just messing around with a friend. Just purely what you do. So it's these kinds of behaviours from people who are misinformed about the fandom that can have a real effect on your self-worth and being and
mental health.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of complications in the fandom where I feel like oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this because it's giving me a bad reputation. And then I realised I can do whatever I want. Like I am my own person. I can do whatever I want.
People are gonna judge it no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it doesn't matter what you do. Could be the most perfect person. People still judge you for being perfect.
Yeah.
So just get on with it. Just be you. Isn't it?
Yeah.
And number three
was it's expensive.
Not from So Furry Happy, it isn't.
Nuh-uh. So yeah, it's this con is it's not the worst thing in the world. It's only expensive if you
get like top.
It's only expensive if you don't have the money.
Yeah.
But I started with nothing. I did not have even close to the amount it would cost to make a fursuit or buy a fursuit or even buy art commissions. I was that broke starting off as a furry. And I found ways. You can always find ways to do your hobbies cheaply, at least to start off with, and then work your way up from that point in life. Same with everything.
You don't actually need a fursuit.
You don't even need a fursuit. You don't even need a character. You don't need to buy art commissions. You can even, if you want art of your characters, but you don't have money to buy commissions, you can even trade art with other artists. Trading is very, very popular in the fandom. There's even fursuit trades that go on that I participated in myself. There's many, many ways to advance in the furry fandom without being loaded.
Number 4.
4.
Forgot what number we were on.
So number 4 is number 4 is the fandom being misrepresented as solely a fetish community, which it isn't.
I don't think we need to explain this one. All we need to do is just say it is not. It's a fandom, not a fetish. Number 5.
Well, no. I would like to expand on this. So the fandom is mostly made up of adults, consenting adults that can do what they want. It has its sides, as with every fandom does.
Yeah.
And I believe that the fetish side of it should be accepted, and it should be allowed to exist. Furries who participate in the fetish side of it are very private people.
And it's their business.
They keep it to themselves, the majority of them. Again, referring back to what we were saying about people will be people.
Number 5. What's number 5?
I was waiting for you to say.
Might have to rewind it. Representation in mainstream media.
So there's been, if you've been paying attention to TV over the past couple decades, there have been the odd few episodes scattered around certain popular TV shows. Surprisingly, a lot of crime TV shows. I don't know why furries appear in like special episodes of crime TV, but somehow we have. And
Bones and
NCIS, I think.
Two completely different representations as well.
2 wildly different. I mean, the NCIS episode, again, I think it was NCIS.
Yeah, it was similar. Yeah.
That was recorded years and years and years and years ago. And that had a horrible representation of furries.
Even the fursuits were like horrid, scary looking.
It made fursuiting and it made furries. It made them seem like they were purely for fetish, like they were taboo. They're not taboo.
And seedy and just really,
Yeah, like disgusting, creepy people.
Pervy.
They're not. I assure you, I'm a completely normal person under this. I'm not some weird murderer.
She's weird, but she's not a murderer.
Okay. However, the Bones episode, which I highly recommend watching.
I love Bones.
I meant the specific episode in general,
right.
but yeah, the specific episode where furries are introduced was wonderful because not only did they represent furries in an accurate manner, they essentially made one of the main characters be canonically a furry, which is amazing.
And the fursuits were awesome.
The fursuiters in the episode were real furries.
And you recognised one of them.
They were furries from real life that were invited onto the show to portray an accurate depiction of what it's like to be a furry. And you can, if you watch it, you may be able to spot a fursuiter that you know, and that's cool.
I really, really recommend Bones. Not just that episode, all of it. You should watch all of Bones.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It will make you want to go study science at university for a bit, and then you'll quit.
For a bit, and then realise it's way too much.
Yeah, that's what I did. And then I was like, no, it's not intelligent enough for this. Do you know, sometimes I look at myself in camera and because of my nose, it makes me think of that puppet from Sesame Street. You know, the one with that really big weird nose.
I don't know which one.
Look at my nose. Can you see? I don't know. Sometimes I just look at myself and I see Sesame Street weird puppet thing.
I think you're going insane.
Going.
Sorry, correction. I think you've gone insane.
That's a nice little into the next section. What's it called?
What next section? Oh,
the pros. We're not just doing the cons.
Transition.
Transition.
Segue.
That's what it's called.
Segue?
A segue transition. Transition segue. She's hot. It's not. She's not saying she smells. She does smell. He. Lucifer's a he.
Yeah, Lucifer's a he.
He does smell. Anyway, moving on to the pros. I'm bringing sexy back. Okay, we're back for part 2, which is
pros of being a furry.
Yeah, let's get into it. Quick fire 5 Are you alright then? Are you dying? What's happening?
I'm fine. They call me the gulper.
Quick fire. Stop twerking.
I can't help it. I've got twerkitis.
Right. Quick fire 5 pros of being a furry.
Pro 1, you look slay. Pro 2, you look cool. Pro 3, you look sexy. Unless you're a minor, then you just look cool again. Pro 4, you are God. Pro 5, you get free money posted through your door every day just for being a furry.
I don't think number 5's true.
I don't think any of them are true.
Alright. I think I look quite cool. It's raining outdoors, but inside, baby, it's sunny. So I'm keeping my sunglasses on. It's not sunny.
It's not sunny. It's literally not sunny.
It's Scotland, man. It's raining. Anyway, can we get on with the video?
I'm getting there. You're talking about...
Can you actually read?
Yes, I can. Okay. Number 1. The community is great and supportive. Number 2. It's incredibly inclusive. There are so many people. Number 3. What?
It's escapism.
No, I know.
Oh, what did you have?
I'm just looking.
You kind of sound like you're dying.
I'm just very tired. Number 3. It's great escapism and confidence builder. Number 4. Furries make big bank for charities. Yep. And number 5. Creativity. We're super creative. And that's good.
Are you sure you're okay?
I'm just really tired, that's all.
Okay, are we going to elaborate on these?
Yes.
I think everyone's gone home, you know. Or switched off or whatever it is.
Everyone's gone home.
Everyone's gone home.
Everyone's gone home. Even if they're watching this video at home.
They paid for tickets. They stayed for the first half, left for the second half.
Why would you think that?
Well, let us know. Are you still there? Tell us in the comments. Right, elaborate, baby. Number 1.
Number 1. The community.
They're all as crazy as this one.
They're not. They're worse. Community. The community is great.
Supportive.
Yeah. I've said this in another video, but I will always repeat myself with this. The fandom is for a lot of people, maybe a lot of people with who are living in abusive households or didn't really grow up with much family or friends. The furry fandom is almost like a second family for many, many people. It's incredibly supportive, and just that they really just what's the word I'm thinking of? Furries are very nice, loving people who will always be there for each other, just like a family should.
No matter what, without judgment.
Yeah.
Number 2. Again, it's similar to number 1 because it's a sense of belonging.
Number 2 is to expand on that community element. It's incredibly inclusive. There are, I have a list. Hold on. The fandom is home to people from all different backgrounds. Are you counting? Sorry, you made me really nervous with your counting. Numbers make me so anxious. I'm so sorry.
Have you got number phobia?
I do have a phobia of numbers. Sorry,
that's a real phobia.
My head's so big. Yeah, I think it's like numerophobia.
Numerophobia.
Numophobia.
We are digressing massively here.
The furry fandom is home to people of all different kinds of backgrounds. There's a high majority of furries who are neurodivergent or part of the LGBT plus community. There's even many furries who are differently abled, and even still fursuit while in wheelchair, which I think is just incredible and so empowering.
And they look more cool because they're on wheels.
I don't think you can say that.
Can I not say that?
You could if you want.
I just think anything on wheels. You put anything on wheels, it just makes it cool. No?
Okay.
No, okay then.
There's many furries who have many different careers and lifestyles. I know so many furries who are in the army, or they have quote unquote, very serious jobs. Doctors, lawyers, those people. And also people who work within the fandom, such as artists and fursuit makers. There's just so many different kinds of people. Many people from different backgrounds, different races, different classes, like
ages.
It's just even ages. There's so many. It's just one of those communities where anyone and everyone can get together and enjoy the same thing. It's just wonderful.
But talking about high stress jobs and working life and stuff, that kind of is great to get into number 3,
Ooh.
Which is escapism.
Yeah, so this also relates a little bit to what I said in the previous pro, which is again, people with rough family life or home life. It's a form of escapism. That's why you'll find a lot of people with very intense jobs, like being in the army. They'll come home and they'll maybe put on their fursuit, or they'll go online and pretend to be their character, because who wouldn't in that kind of stressful job? Who wouldn't want to?
It's a break from being yourself.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to come home and pretend to be a fluffy little guy for a minute or two, Sometimes when I'm feeling down, I'll put Lucy on and I'll just pretend to be him for a bit, because it's just a little bit of escapism.
And the only issue is that you're too cute.
Yeah, exactly. And no one can see my tears.
Number 4. I'm glad you said tears.
What did you think I was going to say?
And no one can see my
a good form of escapism. It's also a great confidence booster, especially wearing a fursuit. It just takes away that fear of maybe if you're if you're insecure about your appearance, you just don't need to worry about that because you look fluffy and cute and silly and goofy.
Yeah, and socially, it's a good break from social anxiety.
It really helps with communicating. If I wasn't in suit right now, I'd probably be stuttering and stumbling over my words like a lot more, even though I still am stuttering and stumbling. It helps to take that edge off.
And as an autistic person, it really helps with being autistic in public. You can literally mask it.
You literally mask.
Oh, right, can we move on to number 4 now? What do you mean by charity?
So over many years, furries have come together and organised events to raise money for a bunch of different charities. I think I remember one maybe about a decade ago now that raised over 6,000 for I believe it was like a children's hospital or something, but I'd need to fact check that. Yeah, we've raised so much money. Even furry artists have done raffles and organised events to help with reproductive rights, the BLM movement,
the Ukraine.
Yep, and animal abuse and stuff like that. I remember a lot of artists doing charity events for the ACAB movement when the incident with George Floyd happened. That was quite a big one as well. And then obviously that led into charity events being held for BLM as a whole because it's incredibly important.
People run like marathons in them, and I can only just about walking them for 10 minutes, let alone run a marathon. A marathon takes like a day or two, doesn't it? It's quite long.
I don't know. Are you sure furries ran?
Yeah, I've seen them. They do like charity runs, and I'm like, you must be dying in there.
Oh, it's been a while since I've
and where do you
done my
eat?
research. You don't.
Or maybe you do and you just let it go. Number 5.
Yeah, number 5 speaks for itself. I mean, the furry fandom was started by a bunch of artists. It was actually started by a bunch of comic artists who discovered that they had created something incredibly unique. And they would get together. It started as a group of about maybe 20 artists.
I'm really annoyed, Mr. Walter Disney. Is it Walter Disney? Mr. Walt Disney.
I don't know.
Do you not remember the film we watched?
I don't.
Mr. Disney.
I don't remember.
I had a right issue. You're getting right close to
me. Sorry, I just don't remember. I need to.
Mr. Disney. He had a right issue with people drawing like characters and stuff. He said they were too similar to. Right, we'll get into that in a video.
I'd need to do research to talk about this. I'm sorry, because I don't know what I'm talking about, and I like to know what I'm talking about first. So these group of about 20 or so artists would get together and draw their characters and show their work to each other, and over time that's just built up over the past maybe about 4 decades, I think it's been.
Wow.
I think.
We'd have to check that, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure, because I remember being really shocked about it. I think it was like 1980s this started. And it built up, and then all these sections of the fandom sort of branched off and became their own thing, and then we were left with this collection of a bunch of different creative elements. There's so much in the fandom creatively and socially that you can experience, and I think that's the main heart of the fandom is the artwork and the creation.
Can I just say, I am not a borrower. She's just like freakishly tall. She is. You're giving me small man syndrome. Anyway, if you're still here, thanks for watching, guys. If you think you've got different cons and pros and cons, whatever order you put them in, let us know. Drop them in the comments and we'll be interested to read them, won't we? I will put all links to Lucifer. Who's Lucifer?
Not me.
What's your name again? Lucifer. Oh my god, yeah, I think it's time to call it a day. Just for today, obviously. But yeah, we'll be back next time with a really something video. It's up to you to call it cool or great, really, isn't it? Not us.
I've only got two words in my vocabulary lately. Cool and slay.
Slay, man, slay.
Yeah.
Go on, you know you want to, and you know what I'm about to say. Subscribe, like, tinkle the bell. Do it. Do it. You want to. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it.
Okay.
You do the laters, baby, and then you do the.
You pull my tongue.
I don't want to pull your tongue. What will happen with your fart?
Yeah.
Oh, I've just pulled it out.
Oh, I didn't want it all the way out. I can do it. I can do it.
Number one.
Number one.